How you doing, babes? Hey, Alyssa, how are you? Peace and blessings to you as well. Janice, hi. Ecstatic Mom, hello. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the likes, Baylicious. I appreciate it. You're very welcome. Reginald, hi. Um, I think it's fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic, Mom. I think what you chat about today. Tonight we are doing our daily reading, Faith Over Fear when dealing with weight loss and wellness. But today is about faith over fear of working through any goals or anything we're trying to accomplish. You know, sometimes when we want to do something, we've tried a million times to start it, but we can't seem to pull it together. Sometimes it's actually being driven by fear. And so for the last 84 days, 83 days, excuse me, because the day is day 84, I've been coming live talking about small ways to recognize. Well, let me change that. We've been talking about ways to recognize hidden forms of fear that can be holding you back, particularly when dealing with weight loss and wellness. Particularly weight loss and wellness. Sorry, guys, my nose is trying to run. So, one of the things I found after losing all that weight was that for so long I was kind of living in like a form of some fear. And the fear wasn't your normal form of fear, though. It wasn't what you would normally think fear would be. Like one of the things I noticed for me is when I'm worried about something, particularly the result of completing a task, I procrastinate, which for me, procrastination is a form of my fear. If that sounds familiar, I want you to tap the like button. If you've ever been doing something and you felt hesitant, like you weren't going to do it right, so that made you not want to engage in it, right? The reason why they tell people to do the hard things first is because when we conjure up in our mind that something is hard, it is harder for us to accomplish it. When we conjure up in our mind that something is hard, it is harder for us to accomplish it. And so even to get started, it's harder. Is it Rihanna, Charlene? It's even harder for us to get started, once we do realize we need to do something. So what has to happen is we have to actually look at our mindset. Now you're probably thinking, okay, everybody's always talking about mindset. I'm talking about something a little bit different about mindset. Not just about you being motivated and rah, 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 let me get it done. I'm talking about that inner voice that talks to you throughout the day, that determines when, hi Tucson girl, hi Ruth, that determines when and if you make things happen. I'm talking about that voice, the voice that tells you, oh, I need to get up and do that, but you never get up off the couch. The voice that tells you before today, when I get home from work, I'm going to go buy so-and-so and do so-and-so, but you never make it to there. That voice, I want to talk about that voice and how that voice can be the reason that you're stuck. Because that voice, sometimes we're consulting that voice and not God. Sometimes that voice has gotten so loud that we think we're hearing God speak to us, but what we hear is ourself talking to ourself. Yeah. 365 days of fear not. My name is Coach King Lachelle Elliott. And after losing over 479 pounds naturally, one thing for certain and two things for real life sure. I know what it looks like to live in fear, to be in fear, to be feared, and to think that fear is going to take you out. Good afternoon, Queen. Queen, we're trying to get a feel of what will be the best time for us to go live. So I'm testing out the evening time round. I noticed that I'm missing a lot of the girls early in the morning. It's between 6 and 8. So I'm trying to transition and see if we can serve more women and encourage more people by choosing different days of the week where we can offer our evening subscribers some love and our morning subscribers some love. So welcome in, Queen. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad. Tucson girl, what's up, baby? I'm so glad when I look at the chat and I see my peoples, because I'm like, yes, Nikki. Hi. S. Russell, welcome in. Welcome in. I am Shane. Hi. Hi. Okay, so remember, it says our book, 365 Days of Fear Not. 365 Days of Fear Not. Every day we have chosen for 83 straight days to look at fear, to look at forms of fear, and how fear can actually be causing you to lack faith in whatever you're trying to accomplish. How fear can be causing you to lack the faith in whatever you are trying to accomplish. Ooh, Bernie, that's deep. That's a big one. Barbara, that's a big one. Brandy, that's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. Because many of us are digging, working hard, hard, hard. But the truth to the matter is, we don't actually believe the goal that we put in front of ourselves, that we ourselves can achieve it. We don't check that out. Check. Wait. Just hear me. If you what I didn't understand is I had to believe in the lifestyle. I had to believe in the process. I had to believe that it would equate the results that I wanted for the rest of my life. I had to believe that what I was doing was, in fact, going to be beneficial. I had to believe. I couldn't just pursue another thing. I had to have a different level of belief, no matter how hard it got, no matter how many plateaus I hit, no matter how much I struggled. I had to believe with it, without a shadow of a doubt, that within me, I could accomplish the goal. I couldn't be wavering. Oh, I don't want to get. And then I had to be sure that the scale wasn't the boogie monster. Mhm. I had to be sure the scale wasn't the boogie monster. Day 84. Fear not. Thank you for the gifts, Tusi. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you. DF Marketing. DFG Marketing. Hi, beautiful. Or beautiful. Hi, Q. All right, here we go. Day 84. Day 84, fear not. Day 84, fear not. We made it. We made it to day 84, fear not. We made it. 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 It says, "It is written, but while he thought on these things, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a dream, saying, Joseph, thou son of David, fear not fear not to take unto thee Mary thy wife, for that which is conceived in her is of the Holy Ghost." Matthews 1:20. The principle says, fear does not recognize divine opportunities. So confidently take back good things fear has put away. Fear does not recognize divine opportunities. So confidently take back good things fear has put away. Mm. Principle, prayer. I take back my divine opportunities in Jesus' name. Hi, 96 Real. Hi, Simply the Best. Henceforth, fear shall not hold me back from prospering in Jesus' name. Like So, like, I'll give you an example. This is a really good example. I do, some of my girls that I work with, they want to start small businesses. So as we begin to work on their wellness goals, we'll start venturing into their actual business goals, right? And so they'll tell me their business goals, and they'll say, well, I'm just afraid, I'm just scared, I just, and it's a lot of fear and a lot of scare. But then when I say, well, what are you scared of? They say, I'm not scared of anything. But because they don't recognize their statements as a form of fear, they don't realize they're literally in forms of fear while they're telling me why they're not pursuing what they want to do, while they're sharing their fear with me. They're saying, well, I can't do this because I'm just worried. Worry is a form of fear. I'm just worried that I won't be able to do this unless well, how are you going to know that unless you give it another shot? But fear will convince you that since you've already tried it once and it didn't go the way you thought it should, why should I try again? What I'm encouraging you to do, what I want to share, hi Portia, what I want to encourage you all to do, what I want to encourage you to think, you all to consider, is what if your belief system was the one thing that wasn't shaky? What if your belief system was ironclad? What if your belief system was consistent along with the faith? Then you can not only point out the fear that you're dealing with, but now you can do something about it. Mm. You know, it's like learning you're afraid of the dark, but not ever buying a nightlight. It's like learning your weakness, but continue to expose yourself to the weakness. It's like knowing something is not clicking, but refusing to seek the additional help to figure out what the not clicking is. Knowledge is only half of the battle. We can know a lot of things, but until we access the behavior that equates the knowledge being fortified, we simply just know a lot. I used to be a person that just knew a lot, multiple degrees, a lot of education, very smart, catches on quick. But it does me no good if it does not fortify me. If I know a whole lot and my whole lot is not helping my own situation, then I clearly know nothing. It is like the nutritionist that weighs 350 pounds. It's not that you don't know anything, it's that your ability to apply the pressure so that your knowledge shows up within your own presentation, there's a barrier. That's all that means. That means that you can give out the knowledge to inspire, drive, motivate, set women free, break bondages, heal, but you haven't mastered the skill to make it work for you. Did we catch that? We didn't. Did we catch it? We didn't catch it. You know what? I'm not gonna take much of your time. Let me get on off here. I can't see nobody. I don't think anybody's in any of these lives. So I'm gonna get off here. I ain't gonna get into nothing too heavy. Let me go and get y'all reading and let y'all people go free. Today is February 20th. 227. Tomorrow is the last Friday of February. So if you ain't done nothing with the last 84 days of us coming live and doing something together, then you living in some form of fear. If you doing the same thing you was doing for the first 30 days of January and nothing has shifted, no elevation has happened, no revelations have occurred, then you got questions already, and we ain't even made it into 2025 good. Now, you know, last year in 2024, around February, I said I quit. Yeah, I resigned from trying around February in 2024. I've decided that I'm not going to give in to 2025, that I shall ride her out until December of 25. I won't be giving up or giving in before the year gets good and started, and neither will you. I will not be throwing in the towel or quitting. I will not be allowing myself to step back, to relieve the pressure, to step off the gas. I'm going full force. I'm just asking, are you ready to go with me? I'm trying to get somewhere and I'd like you to join me. I'm on a mission somewhere and I'd like you to join me. That's okay. Don't join me. Just watch. Because they not like us. A chicka baka shuka baka do bang gang. Just watch then. Because I'm going somewhere. I'm not going to show you or tell you I'm going anywhere, but I'm going somewhere. And I'm queen. Full force. We going full force, Queen says, and we not giving up. We don't know what that is no more. We gonna slow down. We might slow down. We might ride through your neighborhood going about 5 miles an hour. We might even put the car in neutral and get out and walk beside it so it can keep rolling. But what we not gonna do is park it. We not getting out. We got somewhere to be. Now we might be able to reach our hand out and communicate with you, but we're going full force. The velocity in which we're going mean we can only slow down if we need to take a break. But because we can't quit, we can only slow down to 2 miles an hour. So you may see us walking beside the vehicle of life. But every now and then, if you keep watching, you're going to see us hop in the vehicle of life and ride it on to King Jordan. Are you coming with us? Because one thing I know about health, wellness, and any big goal that you are trying to achieve in your life, if you don't have self control, self belief, and self discipline, all you have is a vision. I said it. I can't fight, so don't worry about beating me up. I can't fight. We only walking for a minute, Queen. For a minute. We gonna get out and walk beside it because we refuse to quit. We not sitting down on the curb. We don't got time to sit down. Have you ever been on a journey, an emotional journey, and you knew that if you sat down, that it was gonna take all you had in you? Have you ever been on that journey where if you stop, you ain't gonna be able to keep going? Have you ever been so emotionally drained and worn and worried and tired to where if one more thing crossed your pathway, you was out the game? Have you ever been where all you can say, I can't take nothing. If one more thing, I can't take, I just one more. If one more, I can't do it. It ain't in me. I know God. And then you have to start calling out to God because the pressures that you're feeling in your inner being are so powerfully overwhelming you that you don't know if you can make it just one more minute in your situation. You see, I've been in that situation. I've been where I laid at 592 pounds and my body was eroding from the inside out. I've been where I didn't have one more breath to give, one more pain to give, one more tear to give, one more care to give, one more blink to give. I didn't have one more chew in me to give. You see, I had been beaten and broadened and broken and trodden over, and I had nothing left to give life. I've been there. I've been there to the abyss of willing to quit. I've been there to the darkness of willing to unalive one's self. You see, I've seen what real darkness looks like when fear takes over. I've seen what it looks like when fear morphs itself into other things. I seen what fear looks like in eating a whole pizza, a whole bag of chips, and a whole pack of cookie in one sitting. I see what fear looks like when you can drink a gallon of vodka. I see what fear looks like when you can sleep the day away for days. I've seen what fear looks like when you scream out in the shower, except no one is ever going to come and knock on the door and say, "Are you okay?" You say, "See, I've seen what fear can look like." It can even trick you and be pretty in some situations. Fear can show up pretty. It can show up in the form of a handsome man or a sick child. Fear can look pretty. See, we have this delusion about fear that it's a big bad wolf, and it indeed can bark. But I like to talk about the forms of fear that creep and exist and dwell inside of you that treat you like it's your friend. That's the fear I like to talk about. See, that's the fear that allowed me to eat myself to 592 pounds. See, it wasn't the fear of the people outside of me, it was the fear of the things going on inside of me. See, that thing called sadness, loneliness, abandonment, neglect, and abuse has a life of its own when it goes unattended to. Hmm. I ain't gonna do it. Don't worry about it. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. Don't worry about it, Miss Course. Thank you for the gifts, Miss. Is it Cos? Miss Cos? I'm not gonna do it pretty. Pretty crafts by Pronda. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna leave them alone, Queen. I ain't gonna do it, Rose. Rose, I ain't gonna do it. Styles by Portia, I'm gonna chill out. I was about to talk to you about how those unresolved emotions will leave you laying flat on your back. How your inflamed knees and your aching back and the migraine headaches that you think are related to your autoimmune can actually be your emotional irregularity. See, y'all don't want to really talk about healing. Many of us are so caught up in a conjugated existence that we believe that everything is going to go away if we just get a surgery or an injection, and those things work. But what I want to tell you is what's going on in your brain. Y'all don't want none of it. I'm trying to talk to you about how your brain will have your body fully inflamed. I'm trying to tell you how that stress will have your body ate up, turned up, swollen up, and beat up, and you will think it's your autoimmune disease. I'm trying to tell you how chronic pain will have you in a full depression, contemplating your life, and you don't even know that it's the pain. It's not your depression. It's because your body ain't getting no relief, and the serotonin and dopamine are in there fighting. You don't want to learn nothing. I don't want to. I think my mama's asleep. I'm not gonna get too worked up tonight. I don't want to cause no problems. I can't fight. I'm trying to tell you what happens when those things sit unsettled, unresolved, unaddressed. When they continue to be ignored, they magnify and they grow to the big bad wolf we just talked about. I want to talk to you about how you can be in a state of worry and anxiousness and you can wake up and your feet be swollen. You see, you thought because you were asleep that the mind doesn't worry. Did you know that the most activities in your brain happen in your dreams? Y'all won't see, I done went somewhere and learned some stuff. I done sat under a cup of coach or two, sat around a spiritual advisor or three, went to a couple of revivals on you over the last 30 days. I done grew up spiritually. I done been removed and delivered from some things. So my insight done got a little deeper. I'm going beyond the veil. I'm going under it. I got questions. I need answers. I got questions. I need answers. I need to know, do you understand what I'm asking you? I'm asking you, do you understand that everything in you is not that autoimmune disease? I need you to understand that that mindset that you keep ignoring, that you think you're going to work through and pay it through and purchase it through and dance it through and drink it through, is still going to be there. I cannot tell you how many times I've eaten a whole pack of cookies and the same thing that made me eat the first cookie was still there on the last cookie. Yeah, I can talk to you about the time I woke up and fried 7 or 8 whole chicken wings, and the problem was still available when I was flouring the chicken. And guess what? Once I fried them and ate a few, the problem was still there. You see, the fried chicken, although I was craving it for my emotional relief, no matter how many pieces of chicken I ate, the problem was still there. It didn't matter how many I ate because I was still on my way to divorce. I was still on my way to terminal illness. I was still on my way to death. It didn't matter how much I ate of it. At the emptiness of the package, the problem was still hanging out. I thought emptying the package of the Oreo cookies or the potato chips meant that at the end of the bag, the problem was gone. But what had happened was the end of the bag was just the end of the bag. Because if it was a real worry, a real concern, a real sadness, I had to then eat something else. Because see, I had to I had to, like, it's called I had to satisfy it. I had to satiate. I'm not saying the word right. I can't seem to get it to my tongue. I had to satisfy that loneliness. I had to get to it, but because I can't eat it away, It was never enough. It was never enough Hershey with Kisses. It was never enough chocolate covered M&Ms. It was never enough peanut M&Ms. It was never enough Milk Duds. It was never enough chewing. It was never enough. It was never enough. It was just never enough. If the pain was just the right pain, if he made me feel just the right, the loneliness, if he hit me just the right way, there was no amount of eating that made the pain go away. It got weird. It became a misunderstanding between my physical actions and my emotional instability. I didn't know I wasn't stable. I mean, I was running a business, working a job, buying and selling properties. I was glowing up and shopping up and blowing up and all of that stuff up, but my mind, y'all want me to do it. See, y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. Mm-mm. I know I had all of those things too. Somebody messaged me and said, well, what did you do for all your autoimmune diseases? And I said, I start taking care of myself. They said, but I mean, like, what did you do for the PCOS and the endometrial? I said, sweetheart, I still have those diagnoses on my chart. They're still there. I just don't live with the symptoms of the inflamed issues anymore. See, that's the weird thing about this disease. You can always have the history of a diagnosis, but you don't have to be suffering from the symptoms of that diagnosis. See, this is what well care looks like. Sick care is I'm going to give you a medicine that's going to have symptoms only to keep you dependent on something that may cause later problems for you later. So you have to constantly keep coming back to me to maintain the sick cycle that I have you on. Without the medicine, you're going to be sicker, because I'm not looking at ways to heal your body from an internal out. I'm only looking at a way to sustain the symptom that you're complaining about. I'm not concerned with your whole health. I'm only concerned with the current complaint that you're presenting me with. That's how modern medicine works. Have you ever went to your PCP and try to talk to him something about your diabetes? Try to talk to him about your cancer issue. He tells you need to talk to your oncologist. You know why? Because he's only specializing in that one thing. He can only bill for that one thing. In order for you to come back, he has to have a reason to make you keep coming back. So he's going to give you a maintenance med. Mm-hmm. Which means every 30 days, in order for your insurance to keep paying him and you to keep billing your insurance, he needs to see you every 30 days or call the script in every 30 days. Half of y'all ain't taking script from the 30 days before, but he's going to keep calling it in, even though you ain't taking it. You go to the doctor and he tell, oh my gosh, your numbers are looking better. You ain't never pick up the medicine. You ain't never paid attention. Y'all know some of y'all. Okay, never mind. Y'all want it. Y'all want it. Be involved in your medical care. The doctor's not a magician. He's practicing, and you are too. Go in there with the knowledge and willingness to be honest and open and really get help, and don't leave nothing out, right? I'll tell you a story real quick. I'm waiting on one of my clients to log in. I have one of my clients, she told me that she had a doctor's appointment. And her doctor was like, oh my gosh, your labs are looking great. It looks like the medication is really working. I'm so impressed. I'm so excited that the medication really has turned you around, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Are you guys listening to this? Listen. She said, Coach, what is the doctor talking about? I never picked the medicine up from the pharmacy. Hi, babes. I never picked the medicine up from the pharmacy. Did y'all just hear that? You see how this person is supposed to be my expert, my concern with my care, that loves me so much. And he's excited, and I ain't took not one pill because I read the side effects and I saw that I wasn't about to do that. But of course, there's no maintenance. Remember, there's no maintenance to my care. The only time he maintains my care is when I make an appointment, come in that office. He looks at my chart for 5 minutes before he sees me. That's the most maintenance I'm getting. No one is calling my pharmacy, checking my meds, coordinating them, seeing if there's counter interactions. My oncologist isn't calling my PCP every time she prescribes a medicine. No, she's not. Even if they in the same medical company. They not coming. My kidney doctor is not calling my hematologist saying, "Hey, I want to change her medicine. Will that affect anything you're doing?" No, everybody's doing what they want to do. That's why you being what is it? New being Switzerland have to be willing. Hey, grandmother, have to be willing and able to advocate for oneself and come with the knowledge. I'm logged in, beautiful, and come with the knowledge and ask the questions. My biggest problem was that I didn't ask no questions. I literally ended up on 63, 62, 60, well, 63 because one was injection, but 62 pills because I did not ask questions. I did not ask questions. Who needs 8 heart meds? Because I had a heart doctor and then a PCP that was trying to control the issues with my heart while my heart doctor, they didn't know each other. One was internal medicine, the other one was outpatient. So because I was going in and out of the hospital, I was on a different medication in the hospital than I was out of the hospital. How can I heal like that? But because I wasn't TR, hi baby, because I wasn't asking no questions. Just out here and she just letting them give me anything. Well, we saw that your labs were, well, did you take any other labs outside of that lab? So you don't know for sure. You just think, well, don't give me no medication. Let us run some more tests. And then after you run some more tests, then let's get some medicine for it. How you gonna give me a pill based on what you think it might be? Can we get a test or two? That's how you get over medicated and medication aversions. That's how you become allergic to a bunch of medicines. This is how. All right? This is how this happens. All right? Okay, let's get our reading done. Hi, Ernest. Grandmother, how was your day? Our second half. 27th, y'all, you know I can't see. It says, open to life's magic. I will never forget my mother's words to me the first time she took me to the Han rainforest. A woman told me when she learned I was going there. We were at the edge of the forest about to enter. My mother stopped walking and turned to me. There's magic here, she said. It wasn't her words that impressed me. What struck me was the absolute certainty of the matter-of-fact way she said it. It was like she just told me. Dinner's ready. There's magic in the air. It's the next place on the journey. It's inevitable. We have been clearing the path so we could do more than merely trudge down the road. The road leads to magic, a magical way of living, a magical way of being here. The magic in the air isn't an illusion, isn't a trick. You have done your work. You have stuck with the journey. Now is the time for fun, the time to see and know more of life's magical ways. Where did Tamisha go? What happened? Walk lightly into the enchanted forest. Look around. Keep your eyes and ears open. Tell others what you see. The journey to the heart is a journey of wonder and awe. The ancient ones, the trees are waiting for you, the woman said. When you get there, tell them I said hi. Open to life's magic. It's been waiting for your call. So tonight, I encourage you to open your heart to the magic of life and endure till the end. No matter where you are or what you're going through, just know and believe that you are truly capable and able of making it through the other side. Have a beautiful night and God bless you all.